Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention for one moment, please. First of all, you're all welcome here this afternoon to Griffith College. Just before the ceremony gets underway, I'd just like to make a short safety announcement. There are 7 exits in the auditorium. There are 3 exits to the rear of the auditorium and 4 exits here behind me. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please proceed directly and calmly to the exit that is nearest to you. When you're exiting the building, please do not use the lift. Once outside the building, you are asked to assemble at Assembly Point G out here on the green. In preparation for the ceremony, I would ask guests to please turn off their mobile phones. In preparation for the ceremony, just be aware that the ceremony is being broadcast and it's being photographed. If I can now ask you all to please stand for the procession of the graduands. Thank you. If you can all remain standing for the academic procession. Thank you.
Please be seated. Iana Urica, a gwine uisle fáilte roimh, go dtí an searmanna seo in an run for dámhachtanaí or didachais alumni an Coláiste. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this graduation ceremony at which third level awards will be conferred on learners of Griffith College. I'm also delighted to welcome graduates and their guests who are not in a position to attend in person and who are joining us today online. Our panel members include Professor Diarmuid Hegarty, President of Griffith College, Ronan Fenlon, Director of Griffith College, Dr. Ian Jones, President and CEO of the Inner Pharma Group, and Finbar Sheehy, Director of Academic Programmes with Inner Pharma Group, along with Dr. Prosper Anedu, Gillian McMahon, Programme Directors, and all the faculty lecturers involved in the delivery of the college's programmes. I'm Dr. Tomás McGuckagan, the college's Director of Academic Programmes, and I'm delighted to have the pleasure of being your MC for this graduation ceremony. Con túsa cóir leis na himachtaí, ar manisir an talamh Diarmuid Hegarty, uachtar an Coláiste Gréafa, Lauertling, her ceann an Coláiste. I would like to begin the proceedings by inviting Professor Diarmuid Hegarty, President of Griffith College, to deliver a conferring address.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. As I look out and before me see every face in the room masked, I think all that is missing for each of you is a pair of sunglasses and a hoodie, and we'd have a full gang of bank robbers. Hopefully, in fact, we have to endure this for a limited amount of time to come, and hopefully we will revert to full normality where we can actually throw the masks in the fire. But for the moment, I think we have to be careful, we have to be cautious, and we have to remember that health and safety take priority. I also see before me a number of people from 2020 ceremony, and they're very, very welcome. They didn't have a ceremony last year because it was online. So we're delighted to have them here and delighted to give them the opportunity to share the occasion with their families, partners and friends. At this point, it often occurs to me that the realization of life's dreams and ambitions is like a journey to mountainous terrain. Each struggle to a new peak is rewarded with a clear vision of the way ahead. Today, we celebrate your conquering that first peak. Today is your day at the mountaintop. Savor this moment and the vista it gives you, and let its joy live in memory for life. But remember that during these difficult journeys, we are guided by the experience and dedication of others. Your guides were family, partners and friends who shared your trials and tribulations, who prepared meals for you, put up with your inevitable but hopefully few cranky moods, and those who so readily accepted distress you were so relieved to pass on. Now, in the time-honoured tradition of Griffith College, I'm going to ask the families, partners and friends to stay seated while the graduates stand up. Now, I want you, the graduates, to turn to your families, partners and friends, and indeed to those of your family and partners and friends who are watching online. And they will see you as you turn. I want you to turn to them, and I want you to they're behind you. And I want you to express your thanks for the support you've received over the years by acclamation, applause, or any other way you may choose. Well done. Please sit down. Now, if anybody asks me how the graduation speech went, I can say it was interrupted with applause. Indeed, I'm always reminded on this occasion of the story that the priest told us in connection with a wedding. He would say to the couple, you come in as two people, but you leave as one. And at the wedding breakfast, he told of a different couple who had been at a previous wedding, where he'd said that to them. And after the wedding, after the ceremony, outside the church, he saw the wife backing the groom up against the wall and saying, now, John, I want you to remember from this day to the end of your life, I am the one. I can see some people nodding in familiarity. And why do I say that? I think it's because today you are the one. This is your day. This is your day at the mountaintop. And it is won by you, by many hours of diligent toil and mental application. Nobody can take this from you, so wear your gowns with pride and hold your qualifications in the high esteem that they deserve. As president of the college, you would wish me to acknowledge the work of my colleagues as lecturers, members of board, heads of faculty, administrators, and librarians, whose work contributed to your success today. I'm delighted to welcome our distinguished guests, Ian Jones and Finbar Sheehy, who are the driving force behind our partners, our pharmaceutical partners, Innopharma, and many of you receiving degrees, in fact, having taught by Innopharma in preparation for today's ceremony. Today, I want to look at the COVID landscape to which you have traveled and how it's challenged you and changed us all forever. You've faced many trials, including, for some here, the grief of loss of someone dearly loved. We ourselves lost our chairman, Frank Scott Lennon, to COVID last month. He's not just a close friend. For over 40 years, Frank was a mentor and inspiration to us all. We were inspired by his courage and his tenacity in fighting cancer for so many years. And also his piercing objectivity applied to the resolution of many conflicting situations here in the college was greatly valued by us. We describe our loss in these words: the unrelenting minute he filled with service done, our Maker's meaning in it, for so his life was run. Farewell, you Christian soldier, your courage ne'er undone. Rest well, you Christian soldier, for you life's battle won. Many in this audience who have lost close relatives or friends to COVID will appreciate the significance of these words and will understand the depth of grief occasioned by the loss. And our thoughts and condolences are with them. We're currently living a worldwide track that has changed our lives beyond recognition. We never anticipated that a 21-day global lockdown would actually go on for months and turn our lives upside down. We started doing things differently. We needed to be creative and work with what we have. We started witnessing some historic changes worldwide. While COVID-19 engrossed us in its fear, it also helped us to see the world with a new lens. We realized the value of our communities and realized the importance of life and what truly matters in it. We had to unlearn old patterns and realize that happiness lies in little things. Simple things we overlooked months ago, like a hug or calling over to our friends or family. These simple things that we took for granted, we now look forward to every single day. This pandemic taught us that it is time we appreciate our close ones and be grateful for what we have, and reminded us that life is fragile and it's time to work together and lift each other up. These past months, we have witnessed a vast sea of kindness and compassion in our communities around the world. It has led to countless acts of selfless heroism in hospitals and care homes. It's encouraged many of us to use our ultimate strengths to serve our greatest purposes. Suddenly, giving our lives new and inspiring meaning. Among other things, the pandemic has required us all to draw on skills and attributes such as adaptability, resilience, positivity, tenacity, and empathy. And we've been so fortunate to see our planet heal, if only temporarily. On your graduation booklet, on the inside front cover, you will see 2 satellite images of Beijing before and during lockdown. The air pollution covering a substantial part of northeast China is indicated in colour. And you can see the vast area covered by that. As the skies cleared up, the image beside it, the satellite image beside that, shows in the absence of colour the impact of pollution on our planet. Everyone, including Mother Nature, had a breather during lockdown. Also, as we withdrew to our homes, wildlife took to our streets with no fear of losing their lives. Again, on your graduation booklet, on the inside back cover, you'll see an image of a fox wandering through Grafton Street in broad daylight. We won't see that image again. He seems to be heading for the Bailey. I wonder, did he think it was Johnny Fox's? Unfortunately, nobody told him the pubs were closed. The pandemic's most important lesson has taught us to let nature heal itself and not to take it for granted. Our planet is all we have. We cannot exploit it more than we have already. And then in March 2020, in a very short period of time, you had to adapt to an entirely new way of learning due to the COVID pandemic. Gone was the ability to sit in lectures and labs with fellow students. Isolated at home, online classes required you to become more independent in your studying and assignment work. And it's a testament to your adaptability that you survived and thrived in this independent way of learning. These skills will serve you well in your respective careers. Your learning will be lifelong as you independently upskill as your field changes over the coming years and time. When the learning skills forced on you by COVID will serve you well. As the COVID generation, you've largely had to acquire these valuable skills yourselves, and nobody can take these from you. This global pandemic has forced us to embrace the dawning of the era of agility and resilience in the face of severe adversity. We had no other choice but to face the challenges head on and adapting to our ever-changing circumstances. Pre-COVID, we were already understanding the greater need for agility in an ever more volatile, disruptive, uncertain, and complex world. The pandemic vastly intensified these conflicting forces, and the disruption forced us to embrace agility for our betterment. The turbulence made it necessary to challenge the status quo and reinvent how our world can function. You've risen to this challenge, and hopefully throughout your lives will continue to do so. The COVID pandemic has also affected the way we work. When COVID first hit, businesses and enterprises that could adapted to an entirely remote way of working, including innovative ways of customer service, such as 5-star restaurants transformed to food trucks. Many of these changes are here to stay. I'm not sure about the food trucks, but certainly remote and hybrid working are here to stay. COVID has also seen rapid innovation, particularly in the medical field, with the advent of mRNA vaccinations originally developed for COVID and now being trialled for malaria and HIV vaccines under development. An innovative educational challenge in the field of education is the expansion of apprenticeship-type learning from the traditional trades to administrative and professional work. The major challenge in relation to apprenticeships is to change people's attitude to them. People consider apprenticeships as only relevant to the trades, in particular the building trade, whereas in countries like Germany, leaders of major multinationals started life as apprentices. Griffith is already the education provider for 2 national apprenticeships in healthcare and bar management. Allied to this are the development of micro-credentials, awards for individual modules of courses, allowing learners to learn at their own pace, to try courses in a different field or enhance their skills further. Your COVID-acquired skills ideally place you to exploit micro-credentials. As for the country itself, Ireland is being held up globally as a shining example of determination and solidarity, how as a society we faced COVID head-on. Clear messaging emanated from government and health authorities, followed by the imposition of appropriate restrictions, eased and reimposed in a fluid fashion as circumstances required. The common focus and lack of divisiveness was heartening and reassuring. The government approach seeking buy-in rather than being heavy-handed as in other jurisdictions elicited a very positive response, resulting in a high level of compliance with sometimes extraordinary restrictions. This aided us to flatten the curve and allow for the gradual easing of restrictions. But we should, I think, sound a note of caution, because as the number of infections now increase rapidly, not just in Ireland but throughout Europe, we need, in fact, to resume this buy-in. We need to be continuously vigilant. The various financial support schemes costing over 12 billion since the start of the pandemic have demonstrated to us the value of solidarity. Your mission is to pass on these lessons of solidarity, agility, and resilience to the next generation. Now, in this respect, this year's graduates are in good company. Griffith students have won external awards across all faculties, including in accountancy, first place in the ACCA examination worldwide in strategic business reporting. The students scoring 94%, the highest mark worldwide out of 8,395 students. A student won the Gallery of Photography Graduate Award in 2020. Another two students won S Media Photographer of the Year in 2019 and S Media Photographer of the Year in 2020. A former student, now graduate, won the Public Relations Institute of Ireland Young Communications Professional Award of 2021, and another won the Video Journalist of the Year Award in the S Media competitions. As regards our film students, they won Best Film Documentary Short at Prague International Indie Film Festival 2021, Best Film at the LGBTQ+ Toronto Film Festival in 2021, and Best LGBTQ Documentary at the Venice Shorts Festival in 2021. They also won official selection at the Indie Shorts Awards in Cannes in 2021 and official selection for the Montreal Independent Film Festival. Also shortlisted for a Future Makers Award by the Design and Craft Council of Ireland is one of our design students. Another design student is shortlisted for the Institute of Designers in Ireland Graduate Design Awards. So these, in fact, are just a cross-section of the awards won by your fellow students. I have little doubt that this group will equally follow in these distinctions. And we look forward to following your careers for those successes. As regards your career prospects, growth of the Irish economy is evident from news that Ireland remains on the shortlist for billions of euros investment by Intel, by the increasing number of high-growth tech companies setting up in Ireland and are continuing to scale up and internationalise their operations here. Examples of recent new investments include the advent of TikTok and Riot Games, opening a new remote broadcast and content production centre in Dublin. The Irish-led Sunry raised €50 million for cloud security platforms. Announcements of new jobs in IT and pharmaceutical sectors are regular occurrences, almost on a weekly basis. So the environment that you head into, the works, the economy and the work prospects before you have never been better. For those who've become accustomed to online working, we're suggesting the following back-to-work guidelines. Do remember that, in fact, we are at this stage zoomed out, but we're very, very accustomed to functioning on Zoom. Things now changed, and we now will be functioning in the office. So we're suggesting these guidance for those meetings when you're in the office. Rule number one, do not attend in your dressing gown. You'll be unable to turn off video. Number two, do not share with your colleagues that your boss is talking rubbish. You'll be unable to go mute. Number three, do not point out when you're at a meeting with somebody in the same room that the sound is all clear at your end. Rule number four, Do not make faces in response to ridiculous suggestions by your boss. You can't go off video. Rule number 5, do not offer to switch on sharing, particularly when you're in the same room as the person you're meeting. And rule number 6, under no circumstances should you offer to host a meeting, particularly if it's been chaired by your boss. And of course, rule number 7, don't say that the document was not attached, particularly when you've been giving it physically only 15 minutes earlier. So this is the world of work in the office. Let's just remember, it's different. Our law faculty students enter an ever-changing legal sector, with new legislation changing the law in areas such as employment, tenancy rights, intellectual property rights, and family law, to name but a few. The ongoing development of the Irish legal sector is also evident by the government initiative to make Ireland a global hub for legal services post-Brexit. This global hub will be created by positively exploiting the competitive advantages of our globally renowned courts and legal systems, and in the provision of EU and other international legal services in a post-Brexit setting. Lawyers, of course, will relish change, which brings new statutes and new case law to be interpreted and advised upon. The skills which our graduates have developed during their studies have well prepared them for any challenge they may face. Graduates of Diploma in Legal Studies and Practice qualify for membership of the Irish Institute of Legal Executives, and we in Griffith College are proud to have been chosen by the Institute as partners in developing this diploma. In professional law, we should congratulate our previous graduates who took 52 prizes in the Law Society entrance exams in recent years. The college and students were finalists in the Irish Law Awards this year in the following categories: Law School of the Year, the Griffith College Incident Project, chaired by Dr. Edward Matthews, in the Pro Bono Lawyer category, Law Student of the Year. In addition, the faculty were finalists in the Best Online Learning Experience at the Education Awards. We're delighted with the continued growth of the pharmaceutical industry in Ireland and our continued collaboration with InnoPharma. There are over 56,000 people directly employed by the pharmaceutical and medical device manufacturing companies in Ireland across 190 factories. Nearly as many, again, are employed indirectly. We are seeing a significant uptake of our students in Ireland and project a very promising future for all students here. Recent graduates have found employment at Pfizer, Mylan, Ikvia, Zoetis, Alltech, and many more pharmaceutical companies. Some international students have returned home to bring their newfound skills back to develop the pharmaceutical industry in their countries. Industry is strong and will remain strong for the foreseeable future, and we are delighted to be making, through our cooperation with InnoPharma, a valuable contribution. We're delighted to have many students from India graduating here today. Baharchi Tratro, me apka or apke kawalunka swagat karta hun. And Nigerian students, ma pipa to Naija. How far? How your day? No wahala. To our Polish students, witamy siebie, twoje rodzi I przyjaciół. We too at Griffith have our challenges, as you've had to face. But key to the value of your award today will be our national degrees becoming Griffith College degrees under delegated authority to make our own awards. There should follow university status, now open to institutes of technology through amalgamation. And this, given our size, should be open to us. We too have to have faith. And back to you. As you glimpse the world from your current mountain peak, may I express the hope that over your period with us, Griffith College will find a place in your heart as you have in ours. I want you to know you're always welcome on campus, socially, educationally, or just to show off the new BMW. I think for those in the pharmaceutical industry, it's probably a new Tesla. But may I conclude by congratulating you on your success and by wishing you may harness the knowledge and experience that you acquired here in Griffith College to achieve what you richly deserve, a successful and fulfilling career. Thank you.
Anish, bhfuil an fáilte go ráibh go dtí an cuid an ócáid seo in an run for cáilíochtaí náisiúnta agus idirnáisiúnta ar Vic Lane and Coláiste. I now welcome you to the part of our proceedings at which national and international awards will be conferred on learners of the college, and I declare open this awards ceremony. Ira mar an talamh, Diarmaid Hegarty uachtar an Coláiste Gréfa cáilíochtaí náisiúnta agus idirnáisiúnta a bhrunna ar na fálamóirí atá dar Herbert ag an Coláiste. I call upon Professor Diarmaid Hegarty, President of Griffith College, to confer awards on the learners of this college presented by the college for that purpose.
Can I explain to you the significance of this moment? You will notice that, in fact, earlier in my address I referred to you as graduands, which is the Latin gerund, those in course of graduating. From this moment onwards, you will be referred to as graduates, those who have graduated. Now, that's not to say that you haven't done everything that needed to be done well before this, that you haven't already undergone your studies, undergone and passed your assessments. So all that, in fact, needs to be done has been done to earn the awards that are being conferred on you today. But this is the moment, this is the act on which those, by which the award is actually conferred upon you. Okay, that's its significance, just a formal act. I'm going to actually confer you in the Irish language first, because we are in Ireland, okay? And for those of you of whom Ireland is not the mother tongue, I'm going to repeat it in English, okay? Ar ceann Coláiste Gríofa, agus cóirle deabhadh colíochta agus colíochtaí éireann. Brenam colíochtaí ar fearla móra an Coláiste, atá í láthair agus nach bhfuil í láthair, a bhain caidan amach í leicna colíochtaí agus iarm go gcuirtear na fearla móra fé mar ráid. On behalf of Griffith College and Quality and Qualifications Ireland, I hereby confer the awards on the learners of the college, both here and in absentia, who have achieved the standards determined for those awards. I ask that those learners be presented to me.
Iramanish ar an Dr. Ian Jones, Príomhstúrthóir Ina Pharma, Labhairt Lenar Céimethe. I call upon Dr. Ian Jones, President and CEO of Ina Pharma Group, to address the graduates.
Good afternoon. My name is Ian Jones. I'm President and CEO of Ina Pharma Group. I'm delighted to welcome you all here today again, and particularly to the graduation of this Ina Pharma Griffith College Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences. I love these days, and I've really missed them over the last 2 years, so it is great to be back seeing people again. The collaboration between Ina Pharma and Griffith started back in 2014 to provide a combination of technical skills and business skills and competencies to people so they could work in the life science sector. Indeed, I remember sitting in the front row as a guest in 2013, Dermot, thinking about how great it would be for that to happen and how amazing it is 8 years later, the impact that we've had and the great graduates that we've had over those 8 years. And for obvious reasons, that life science sector has never been stronger in an Irish context and a global context, and with obvious contribution being made all the time to the fight against COVID, and also a financial contribution to the Irish exchequer and the global world in terms of the net exports that we realise in an Irish context. Vaccine manufacture, indeed medicine manufacture, isn't easy. It's a very sophisticated process that requires access to specialised technologies, to equipment, to materials, and to highly skilled labour. Successful integration of that supply chain from the discovery all the way through to making the medicines and then getting it around the world is a complicated process, and the skills that you've gained over the last couple of years is key to making that happen and continue around the world. Many of you have been working tirelessly over the last 15 months in roles across the entire supply chain, from research all the way through to manufacture, but also in the hospitals and in healthcare environments. and we do thank you for your contribution. I guess just two key points that I wanted to get across today, and wherever I go, my team probably give out to me now because I talk about them the whole time. But one is sustainability, the green transition. It is going to happen, and it isn't going to impact everyone in this room, and it's going to have impact on the world and how we work, where we work, and how we change. But that's all I'm going to say about the green transition, because we have COP26 happening over last week and this week, and it's in the news feed. But unfortunately for the other couple of years, and between the next one, now and the next one, we don't hear enough about it, but we need to. The second big transition that the world is undergoing is the digital transformation of the industrial sector. We've seen that happen already in the social setting. So when you think about your Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, that didn't exist 20 years ago, barely existed 10 years ago. When you think about the banking sector, how you now transfer money around the world or to your friends through Revolut, that didn't happen 20 years ago, didn't happen 10 years ago. The same impact, if not more, is going to happen in industry and how we make stuff and how we make medicines and how we discover them and how we get them around the world, as has happened over the last 20 years in those other settings. That is going to happen, it is certainty. That industrial revolution is the fourth industrial revolution. The first one was steam back in the 1780s. The second one was the electric. The third one was automation after World War II, where we got machines being able to become more automated and make stuff at scale. But the fourth is actually the connecting of those machines with sensors, with also people at the core to make stuff better. But the great thing also is connecting with sustainability to make stuff in a more efficient and safe way. And that's real. The average age of a Fortune 500 company now is less than 20 years. That's all they are. They're only 20 years old. That's all they are, a Fortune 500 company, the average age. Going back into the 70s, they were 40 years old. So companies are becoming obsolete quicker, or they're getting bought because of innovative technologies. So we live in an extremely exciting and disruptive time, and that is brilliant. It's great to be going out to the world now. And from a pharma perspective, we align all of our research strategies and our teaching strategies against those two shifts, sustainability and the digital transformation. So whether it's our technology division, developing new sensors, developing new architectures to get that data from the machines and the sensors so that we can share that data around the world within pharmaceutical companies so that they can discover those medicines, develop those medicines, make those medicines and get them around the world quicker. That's what our research side does. And all of our programs are around that. Your master's programs in terms of, and the micro-credentialing programs in terms of how we have developed those products and how we have new technologies to make them, that has been touched upon. And I guess we're at a time where the disruption of COVID-19 has accelerated that digital transformation. It was going to happen anyway, but now companies have had to figure out how can we make the same amount of stuff with only 1/3 of the people in the factory at any moment in time. So the connectivity, the digital connectivity has accelerated and is happening. The skills of agility, resilience, curiosity, empathy, self-awareness are essential if we are to compete as individuals, as companies, and as a nation. And a key aspect of all of those programs that we develop in partnership with Griffith are not only on those technical skills to work, but also they provide that growth mindset that doesn't fear change and recognize that the only way for disruption to be a positive force is by investing in those skills and to stay ahead. And I salute you all for going for that next level of improvement and acquiring that next qualification. So well done, and thank you. I'm very glad in terms of how you guys have got through your master's programs and also the micro-credentialing programs. You've managed to do it all while studying under very challenging times, mostly online and across geographical, experiential, cultural and virtual boundaries. You also did it all whilst trying to manage a job and a part-time job, helping out at home, managing illness or personal and family challenges. And I'd especially like to welcome and recognise our international members here today. I have to recognise the challenges and the extremely unusual circumstances and challenges you have faced over the past 15 months, studying away from home, having to quarantine, having your family worrying about you at home, you worrying about your family, all to pursue your desire to achieve that valued role here in Ireland and when you go home. And we are committed to supporting you to find those meaningful roles in the future. Yet again, I'd like to thank all of our InnoPharma team and the Griffith team for the brilliant environment that we have created here for learning over the last 7 or 8 years. I thank Diarmuid and Tomás and Finbar for driving that. We're living in challenging times. It's important that we do support and protect each other and our families. I just want to congratulate yet again everyone here on your success, and we wish you every success in your future, and we offer you any support and assistance that we can provide. Thank you.
Iramanish, Eran Dr. Prosper Anidu, Stjórhor Corsa, Irahori Herbert. I call upon Dr. Prosper Anidu to present the postgraduate and master's graduates for their awards.
Thank you, Thomas. Congratulations to each and every one of you on a very special day. Today, all your hard work and perseverance has culminated to the receipt of your award, and you must be proud of yourselves. It is my honor to present you with your awards today, even as you continue to forge your career. You have come through over a year of difficult, challenging situations because of COVID. Each and every one of you had to embrace the innovation of studying online, walking through Zoom, having to interact with yourselves over Zoom connections and not meeting yourselves in person. But it is all worth it as you all have arrived at this junction in your career. And I just want to leave you with a few words of admonishment and to say, as you progress into what lies ahead of you in your career, be, sorry about that, that's COVID. We all have to get used to the new times that we have and to embrace the innovation and the transformation that the times has brought us. You will be facing similar challenges that you have surmounted already. And I want you to draw on the strength of the courage and perseverance that you have put into your academic work, which has seen you to be receiving your awards today. So once again, very, very huge congratulations to you. And we at InnoPharma, we hope to hear news of how you advance in your careers and when you get jobs. Always feel free to reach out to us, and it's always a pleasure to have you all. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programs in the pharmaceutical science faculty and who are worthy of the QQI awards. Randa Aderaman. Omoni Sunday Adesanya. Aisha Fazal Ahmed. Pranay Rao Aldeni. Mia Himayat Ali Khan. Sebi Anthony. Chioma Awele Anyam. Kingsley Denuga. Angelito Eldho. Berenice Ereguin Luna. Rasha Fakri. Ayomide Famewo. Blessing Adesola Fasuru. Ragava Chowdhury Gatingati. Berlin Judge. G. Tumo George. Nitya Maria George. Sarish Hina. Yosimo Yosei. Congratulations. Hassan Ayomiposi Karim. Vaidehi Kotapalli. Akash Rokaya Krishna. Riham Mahmood. Garrett Manley. Raha Venkatesh Masimuku. Tom Matthew. Catherine McLaren. Shweta Elangovan Menon. Chukwudi Anthony Mboko. Alfaz Mohammed. Sudipti Asha Mohammed. Chanchala Mohanan Ne. Roisin O'Brien. Blessing Ogundokun. Adedoyin Ogusonya. Chinedu Emmanuel Okafor. Elizabeth Tolulope Oladipo. Basira Olawole. Olanrewaju Olalekan Onafuwa. Chiwendo Francisca Oviewoho. Emmanuel Owibe. Congratulations. Fazim Parakot Vazinada Kalateo. Dylan Power. Shruti Ravikumar. Alice Redmond. Michael Robinson. Carla Yvette Rodriguez Lagos. Femi Rose. Ria Rose Roy. Ajay Sadhu Kunda. Ajmal Shah Shahjahan. Smith Sanjeev Shet. Niraj Singh. Eva Asebakogene Sogolo. Albi Stephen. Afia Tabasum. Babatunde Muyewa Talabi. Bincy Thomas. Akash Chowdhury. Alina Roy. Vijay Shrivel Velusamy. Maha El Siddig. Sushant Dattare Sant. Nathaniel Olatotokumbo Ojo. And President, these are the class of 2020 Masters of Science in Pharmaceutical Business and Technology. Yishka. Pranjali Ashok Bev. Nikita Shailendra Busa. Nibin George. Amruta John. Linda Maria John. Sherin Joseph. Sini Joseph. Naina Kiran. Pranati Devi Kondepati. Thomas McDermott. Taha Imtiaz Nanabawa. Daniel O'Mahony. Pooja Prakash Oza. Anuja Pesatoli Shabu. Aromal Sajivan. Sai Krishna Sananathan. Pooja Sharma. Anne Maria Sunny. Muhammad Aslam. Danish Thomas. Radhika Vilas Ugali. Ayush Vasudeva. William Vincent. Angel Xavier.
And as we conclude our conferring of awards on graduates here today and those in absentia attending online, I'd like to invite everyone to give a special round of applause to all our graduates and wish them well. Inis tá áthas ag an gláiste dúis a bhrunne Vic Lane a darí gleisno lei ord caidan of Wintermark in a good lane. The college now has the pleasure of announcing a prize to a graduate who's achieved excellence in their studies. I call upon Professor Dermot Hegarty to present the prize, and the prize is awarded in respect of the Master of Science in Pharmaceutical Business and Technology. The best academic achievement on the Master of Science in Pharmaceutical Business and Technology is awarded to Alice Redmond. Ian Erica, a gwine uisle corm creach leis an Sharman seo chun dábhachtaní a bhrunne ar Aulamorian Cláiste, Baron Buicasliv Galair. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony for the purpose of conferring awards on the graduates of the college. My best wishes and thanks to you all. While the graduates are here with us, I'd like to take this opportunity to briefly mention the Griffith College Alumni Network, With over 40,000 graduates living in Ireland, Europe, and in over 104 countries worldwide, the network is an excellent way to stay in touch with classmates, fellow graduates, and the college. The network is also proving to be a valuable resource for recent graduates seeking or changing employment. As we move towards the college's 50th anniversary, we're also delighted to see our graduates from earlier years using the network to recruit Griffith graduates to meet their own organisation's growing needs. Details about the network are available on griffithalumni.com and on the college's website. Finally, we would like to thank all our graduates and guests for your attendance on campus today and those attending online. For those attending on campus today, we regret that we're not in a position on this occasion to invite everybody to stay indoors with us, mingling and celebrating together over drinks and refreshments as we had hoped and planned. We recognise that health and safety must remain our first priority, and thank you for your support and compliance under these continuing particular circumstances. For now, we wish all our graduates every joy and happiness in celebrating your success with your close family and friends throughout the day and in the days ahead. As a token, we have small boxes of chocolates for everyone as you leave the auditorium. In the future, and hopefully near future, we look forward to meeting you again on campus without restrictions as you continue to develop your successful careers. In the meantime, please stay safe and well. Please stand for the academic procession.